this is TAUNI with Yoga 413. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Today's Vinyasa Flow class is going to focus on opening up your hips. The only thing you're going to need is a mat and maybe a yoga block. I always like to keep one handy just in case. And as always, if you love this video, I kindly ask that you subscribe and share it with a friend. Let's get started. Beginning on our backs, knees bent, knees just collapsed in, supporting one another, and your hands just resting on your midsection. Start to take some long, deep breaths. Breathing deeply all the way from the belly. Exhale it all out completely. Find that nice, natural, long rhythm that's personal to you. So although today's class is going to be focused on opening up your hips, if you have a personal intention for your practice today, your why, go ahead and bring those thoughts to the forefront now. We're going to begin by extending the left leg out, pulling that right knee into the chest, and gently just guide the knee side to side. So we're just going to start to just lubricate that hip joint a little bit, bring in some movement. And now go ahead and just find that stillness, then bring that knee down a little bit closer towards the outside of the chest. And then extend the leg out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, pulling that left knee in. And just start to move the knee side to side. Find that stillness, bring that knee down a little bit closer to the chest, just the outside of the chest. And then extend the leg out. So this time I want you to bend both knees. Take the right ankle above the left knee, reach through the legs for just a figure 4 stretch here. Go ahead and release that. We're going to do the same thing, other side, left over right. Be sure and flex that foot, pull those toes back, reach through, grab onto the back of the thigh. Now we're going to release and hug both knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side to begin. A little massage here for your back. And then we're going to start to rock forward and back. And we're going to come all the way up and come into a tabletop position, all fours. We're going to go through a few rounds of cow and cat. So inhale, open up your chest. Your belly's going to drop down. As you exhale, round the spine, chin towards chest. Again, inhale, open up. And exhale, rounding. Continue at your pace. One more round of breath. Fingers are spread wide. Find that neutral spine. Step the feet back. For your first plank pose, start to evenly distribute your weight. Remember, knees can always come down to the mat for support. Then lift your hips up and back and deeply bend the right knee and hold here. Now switch sides. Deeply bend. And hold, just start to stretch into the back of the legs, the calf. Go ahead and alternate a few more times at your pace. Any movement here you want to bring into your down dog, bring it. And then go ahead and just relax into your pose. Arms are strong, belly's lifting up and in, hips lifted. We're going to start to bring the feet towards our hands. So take a step or two. Take an inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins, flatten that back, and exhale to your first fold. As you inhale, rise all the way up, reaching your arms up over your head, bringing your hands to the heart center. So beginning at the top of your mat, reach the arms up, swan dive down and fold. Again, soften those knees as needed. Lengthen your spine, flatten that back. Come into your fold. Stepping back to plank pose, shoulders right over those wrists. Drop the knees down, lower halfway down. Now all the way to the mat, lift the chest up for cobra pose. Elbows are always bent. Tuck the toes under you, press back to downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Stepping your feet forward to your hands. Take that inhale to lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to the heart center. So we're just flowing through a few sun salutations. Inhale, reach up to warm the body. Exhale and fold. Gazing forward, shoulders pull back and fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Shifting forward on the toes, lower halfway down for chaturanga. Flip the feet over, straighten the arms for upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And as always, if up dog just doesn't work for you, doesn't feel good today, then just stick with cobra pose. Stepping your feet forward to your hands. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach up with a flat back. Reach your arms up over your head. Hands to the heart. One more time through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha. Exhale to fold, Uttasana. Stepping back to plank. Shifting forward, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to begin by just lifting the right leg up for one leg dog. Pointing the toe, lifting that leg up high. Start to draw the knee forward as you step the foot between your hands. Coming into a high lunge position. Just up onto your fingertips, pressing back through that back heel. You want to be sure front knee is over your ankle. So we're going to softly drop that knee to the mat. Take the top of the foot to the mat and rise up for kneeling warrior lunge. We're going to begin here as an option to add crescent. So you just take your eyes up. Your chest is going to open any amount up to the sky. Then just start to walk your eyes back down, hands down to the mat. Pick up that back knee, back into that low lunge position. Use the core strength to rise all the way up. Open to warrior two, dropping your back heel to the mat. Take that right palm up to the sky, reach back for reverse warrior. Circling hands to the mat, step back for plank pose. You have the option to go right to down dog, or if you're wanting a little bit more today, strength work, flow through chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. That is your option. Begin by lifting the left leg up for one leg dog. Point that toe, stretch it up. Begin to bend the knee, bring it forward, step that foot down, Come up onto the fingertips into this runner's lunge, pressing back through that back heel. Gently dropping the knee to the mat, come up into our kneeling warrior lunge. So as you soften into your hips and your hip flexors, maybe take the gaze up, opening the chest, just a nice back bend here. Start to come up, taking the hands down to the mat. Lift that back knee up. And really engage that core strength to rise all the way up. Open to warrior two, gazing over that front hand. Now turn that left palm up and reach back for reverse warrior. Nice stretch for the side body. As you exhale, circle it to the mat. Step back to down dog. Make your choice to hold the pose or to add your half series vinyasa. Always, always encourage you to make the class your own. Take a few breaths right here in down dog. So we're going to sweep that right leg up for one leg dog. Again, take it up high and then bend the knee and open up the hip. Relaxing into that left heel. And if you were to turn and gaze underneath your left arm, you're looking for your foot. It might not be there, but that's the direction it's going. Start to straighten that leg, squaring off your hips. Step it all the way forward. Take an inhale and just come up onto those fingertips, then come all the way up into crescent lunge. Begin to take your hands down to frame the foot. And I want you to start to heel toe that right foot wide, maybe once, maybe twice. We're going into lizard pose. So both hands are on the inside of the foot. We're going to go ahead and drop the knee first to begin. So you might stay right here. Some of you might come down onto your forearms, or maybe your forearms onto a block. You're trying to keep that knee tracking over the ankle. Soften once again into those hips and hip flexors. So start to take the hands back to the mat if they're not already. And I'm going to give you another option here. So you're welcome to stay, or maybe some of you are going to bend that back knee, reach back, right hand to left foot. This is just a variation of the pose. So again, just make it the practice your own. Release the foot if it's in the hand. Start to heel toe back, squaring off your hips again. Tuck that back toe, strong up to warrior lunge. Opening up into warrior two. You're doing a great job. Reverse your warrior, reach back. Circle it to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Choosing to hold or to flow. Lifting the left leg up high, point that toe, reach, bend the knee, relax into that right heel. So this time if you gaze, you're looking underneath the right arm, looking for that foot. Start to straighten the leg, stepping it forward. And again, rise up for warrior lunge. Start to take the hands down to the mat. Onto those fingertips, start to heel toe. Maybe once, maybe twice, bring the hands to the inside. Drop that back knee, going into lizard pose. So again, staying up here if this is intense enough, or bringing the forearms to a block or to the mat. Steady your breath. That knee is tracking right over that ankle. Bringing the hands right underneath you if they're not already, choosing to stay or to reach back, bend that right knee, reach back, left hand to right foot. And again, just an option. If it bothers your knee, obviously do not do it. Go ahead and gently let that go. Heel toe that foot back in. Lift that back knee. Strong core to rise all the way up, shoulders over hips. Open to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reach it back. Circle the hands to the mat. Stepping back for down dog. One more option here to flow if you'd like. If not, stay in down dog. Start to bring your feet forward to your hands. Drop your hips, reach those arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bringing the hands to the heart center. So now we're going to balance. I'm going to turn and face you. We're going to start to balance on the left foot. So I want you to bring your right foot up, cross that ankle right over the knee. We did this from a reclining position, which is a variation of one leg chair. Bend the knee, sit down. So I'm going to give you a few more options. So you're welcome to stay here or reach down, grab onto the knee and the foot and stand it up. Trying to keep that leg nice and flat. So just gently guiding that knee down. And then from here, if you want to place that foot into the crease of the leg and guide that knee down in a half lotus position, and then just reach that arm up. So again, a lot of variation here, all targeting the hip area. Gently let go and shake that out. We're just going to sit back into chair, reach your arms up, feel that belly pull in strong. So balance, you always want nice, good posture in your balance. Go ahead and stand it up. We're going to do the same thing, but on the other side. So flexing that left foot, cross it right above the right knee, and bend and sink down. And if you struggle with balance, just take some time to just calm down. Sometimes when we rush, that's when we start to run into balance issues. Just take some time. Reach down if you'd like and stand up. Just leveling out that leg as much as you can. And then the option to take that foot into the crease, guide that knee down, and you're welcome to reach that arm up. Take one more breath in and out. And then relax, shake that out. One more chair pose, feet hip distance, sit back. Belly pulls in, back nice and straight, arms up. And bring the hands to the heart. So near the top of your mat, reach up. Swan dive and fold. Half lift, gaze forward. And fold. Stepping back for plank. Taking it right back to downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up, just take a stretch here. Knee to chest, we're going into pigeon. Take that knee out to the side. Bring that right ankle near the left wrist. Relax the top of the foot down. You're welcome to stay here in pigeon pose or take it to reclining pigeon. Just walking it down. And you want to be sure your hips are level. If that's a struggle, or this is too intense, this block underneath the hip can be a great support as an option if you're feeling really tight today. Begin to walk the hands back in and just tuck that back toe, step back to downward facing dog. You might notice the difference between the right and left sides. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, loosening up the left hip. Just reach it up. Knee comes to chest, then to the outside of that elbow. Begin to lower down and find your pose. If this bothers you, at least one side, I should have told you on the other side as well, you can always do this pose from your back and just holding the knee out to the side and the foot. It's the same pose, you just don't have the weight of the body. So find what works for you. If you want to take it down, take it down. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. Start to walk those hands back in. We're going to do one more down dog. So go ahead, spread those fingers wide, send the hips up and back. Any movement here you need to take, and then just find the pose. And then begin to step the feet forward and have a seat on your mat. So we're going to do one boat pose. So find those sits bones, lean it back slightly. You're just going to feel those core muscles engage, lifting the feet up off the floor. And again, you're welcome to hang on or extend the arms. Really good posture. Your shoulders are just down your back. Your chest is always open. We're going to come out of the pose, extending the legs, toes are up, sit up nice and tall as your arms come up over your head. Hinge forward for your fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, maybe find a little bit more space in your fold. Beautiful. Start to come up. We're going to go into a butterfly stretch. Taking the soles of the feet together, knees relax. And again, just fold forward. You can use your elbows to maybe guide those knees down a little bit more. And if you feel where you're really holding on to tension, take an extra long exhale. Try to soften that area of the body. Might be feeling a little bit here in the hips, the inner thighs. Let's lift it up, bring those knees up. One more boat pose, extend, find your pose. You might want to extend the legs this time. Release. Let's do one incline tabletop. Fingers forward, press those hips up. Eyes either to the ceiling, or you can always tuck the chin to the chest. Let's take the hips down and come all the way down onto the mat, hugging the knees to the chest. Again, you're welcome to drop side to rock side to side, excuse me. So let's keep that right knee in. Extend the left leg out. Just like in the warm-up, we're going to give that leg a nice pull first. And then I invite you to straighten that leg. Take the right leg wherever you can reach into that right hand and just drop it out wide, guiding the left hip down. Now we're just going to lift that leg straight up. And again, you're welcome to bend the knee on this one or do a straight leg twist, taking it more into the outer hip and all down that IT band. Shoulders on the floor. If you can, just try to connect. Now we're going to soften that knee, come back onto the back, extend the right leg out. And again, take it some time here. You might notice the difference between right and left. So when you're ready, left knee pulls in. Start to straighten that leg. Left leg into left hand, drop it open wide. Guiding that right hip down. Start to lift that leg. Place it into the right hand this time, straight leg twist, dropping it across your body. Start to bend that knee, bring it back, hug both knees to your chest. You did a great job today. Let's get the benefit of it all with a little bit of time in Shavasana. Let's soak it all in, extend the legs a little bit wider than the hips. Arms come to your side with the palms up. Starting at the feet, start to soften. You'll notice the feet will just naturally drop away from each other. Softening as you go up the legs, particularly into those hips. Begin to soften the belly. Let that back just melt away into the floor. Releasing any tension from the neck and shoulders, from your face, relaxing your jaw. And then just all the way down the arms, any tension left in the body, just let it go now through the fingertips. Close those eyes. And I'll be back in just a moment or two with a final reading. The reading for today is from the book, The 4 Agreements for a Better Life. The second agreement says, don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on them. Coming out of Shavasana gently, moving the fingers and toes, and just bending the knees, rolling over to that right side. Just pausing here. Tell yourself, good job for showing up on your mat. You did great today. Then go ahead and help yourself up to have a seat. Just come to that easy seated position. Reach those arms up one last time, bringing the hands to the heart. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for class today, and I hope you have a blessed day.